At the very beginning of 2024, I tried a simple experiment. What would happen if I posted every single day? And in those first 5 months of 2024, I posted 140 times and I grew 100,000 followers on Instagram. And I want to share with you today these 6 habits that I used every single day to bear through that consistency. So the first one is the easiest to apply, which is a minimum viable video. If you've ever created content, you know the feeling of staying up until 3 a.m. because you thought a video would just take like 1 hour and then it ends up taking 3-4 hours. Then you wake up the next day and you're like, dude, I'm sick of this shit. The minimum viable video should take you no longer than 40 minutes to fully create. I'm talking from planning to filming to editing. Now, within those 140 videos that I posted in the first 5 months of 2024, maybe about 1/3 of them were simply this minimum viable video that didn't take that long. And some of them actually even blew up. Some of them got over 1 million views, but I didn't have any expectation for these videos to be these growth driving viral videos of my page. The minimum viable video is unscripted, and I simply sit down and think of my main idea as quickly as possible. In fact, this video right now is pretty much a minimum viable video. I sat here for like 30 minutes thinking about this video idea. But once you have the main idea and structure, which in this case is a list of 6 things, you want to go on to your second part, which is simply putting down the camera and pressing record until the entire video is done. You press record and you don't stop filming. Even for short form videos that I posted on Instagram and TikTok, I would let the camera record for 5 to 10 minutes until the entire yap was done. Then I simply threw it into CapCut. I edited everything on my phone in the CapCut app, and I used this feature called transcript. And what transcript allows you to do is analyze the entire transcript, take parts that you don't want, and simply highlight them and cut them out. Like that. Boom. It would usually take me 30 minutes to edit these clips to now down to like 5 minutes. Throw on some auto captions really quickly and then I just ship it out. I wouldn't care if the video was really good because I would be proud of the fact that I simply showed up that day. Now that brings me to my second hack of being consistent, which is using software and hardware to reduce the friction in your content creation process and not increasing the friction. So many content creators will want to use this complex camera, a Sony FX3, and then they'll want to edit on their Premiere Pro, and they'll throw on 10 different like transitions. That alone will make your content creation process so brutal when it doesn't really even add that much to the video. I filmed almost all of these 140 videos on my iPhone, and that process would be so easy to do because I used software only on my iPhone. I used CapCut. I would use this phone case tripod instead of having like an actual tripod that would just prop up, so I could just prop down my camera really quickly in the span of 3 seconds. Let's move on to hack number 3. When you miss a day, which will inevitably happen, make sure you don't miss 2 days in a row. Life will get in the way at one point. Whether it takes you 30 days to miss a day finally, or it takes you 1 week, or it takes you a year, eventually that will happen. And in that morning that you wake up and you're like, holy shit, I didn't post a video yesterday, I suck. Don't beat yourself up. As long as I post a video today, I have made up for it. That brings me to hack number 4, which is writing down your why. On December 31st of 2023, I journaled my why for why I will be posting every single day in 2024. I set a precise end date. When I make $100,000 per month, I told myself that's when I'm going to stop posting every single day. Hack number 5, I also journaled my 3 biggest pain points, the 3 biggest pieces of friction that will come in the way of me posting every single day. I wrote them down preemptively. There's a reason why I hadn't been posting consistently before, and it's going to come up again. So I literally wrote down a number 1. What will my acquaintances at college think of my cringe content? Number 2, I'm going to be tired on camera. There's going to be many shitty videos where I don't really come off coherently, where I don't have a clear value add. And number 3, I'm going to be uninspiring most days. In fact, it's going to be really embarrassing to show me waking up hungover or tired and wanting to show that on camera. You can write down these 3 big pain points, but it's not going to do anything unless you appraise them as strengths. So under the line that you wrote down all 3 of these flaws and these pain points that you're going to come across, you have to write down how they are strengths in your content. So for number 1, what will my acquaintances at college think of my cringe content? I wrote down, let them see. If I truly believe in my truth, then let them see me live it out every single day. That is the only way to truly inspire people. No shit, it's going to be difficult. No shit, people are going to judge me. But If I really believed in my truth, then yeah, of course I'd want people to see. If I want to actually influence people, of course they have to first judge me and think of me differently in order for me to actually make a clear, coherent point and persuade them to think otherwise. Number 2, I'm going to be tired on camera. They're going to be shitty videos where I don't provide much value. I wrote down, good. It's real, it's honest. If I truly believe I'm going to reach my goals of $100,000 a month, I don't want to hide the mundanity of my process. I'm going to regret it in the future. If you really think you're going to make it, wouldn't you wish that your process was honest in the future? Because I always watched these YouTubers growing up, Iman Gadzhi, Hamza, right? And they'd always had blown up after they made it. Their come up didn't feel real. They'd always talk about it in posts like, dude, when I was 18, I was in the mud. When I was 17, I was grinding. Like, show that to me. I wish I watched that growing up. So that is my strength as somebody who is on the come up. I want to show everything in my process that other YouTubers, creators didn't show. Number 3, I'm going to be uninspiring most days. I wish I could have seen their lowest lows. And this helped me realize that me being uninspiring is actually value additive because it's honest and because it shows and comforts people who are going through similar struggles. So you don't always have to micromanage your perception online to show only the good sides of you. And doing this process of reassessing all of your friction points and all the things that you think are flaws within you and your content as actual strengths help you realize that, yeah, you can be one of the most powerfully influential, authentic creators out there as long as you showcase everything. Creators in 2024 obsess so much over being authentic, and I think it's bullshit. I think authenticity comes from when you simply have a purpose to show it. You don't have to show everything from you shitting and brushing your teeth every single day, and you also don't have to just whine and complain on camera and cry every day for you to be authentic. Authenticity, I think, happens almost by accident when you simply show so much and you're still trying to provide value through your content, but you use every single part of your life as a means of inspiring people. And this leads me to my final point, which is probably the most powerful, which is write down a vision of who you want to be in 5 years and reread it every morning. I tend to be really, really anxious in the morning, so I always reread my why when I wake up before I check my notifications or messages or social media. And I actually wrote this down on my Instagram and posted it back in September of 2023. Mino 2028. Which represents me in 5 years. And I wrote it down and I'll read it here. Mino 2028. I'm 25 years old. My business is doing amazing and I love the impact it has. It feels so aligned. I wake up to a peaceful mind and I see life's beauty in everything with a crystal clear presence and childlike joy. My creations and words spread love and inspiration. I explore and build what I want without fear that it will be a waste of my time because I have immense financial abundance and I have such a strong understanding of what I want from life. I create and share content that inspires and moves and spurs positive growth. I do not doubt my capability to do so. The words I speak and the content I share every day incites love and empowerment rather than fear or shame. I'm honest. I share openly, fearless of judgment or critique. I know deeply that I love sharing and helping and nothing else comes first. My insecurities or fears never silence me or stop me from sharing. My body is beautifully sculpted. Fitness is a deeply inseparable part of my daily life. I'm so grateful for my past self for building the habits and mindset I now have. After years of relentlessly sharing, creating, trying, learning, obsessing, showing up, and not yielding to my fear or self-doubt, my habits are strong and make my life and mind amazing. There were moments of doubt throughout the past 5 years, but I persevered. Now the doubts and anxieties are so quiet. I haven't stopped to dwell on them in years. I actually pity people who still live controlled by these strong negative internal voices. I remember what that was like, and I empathize. Thank you, Mino 2023. My life is amazing right now because of these past 5 years. Not that your life isn't amazing though. Lol. You can read it right here. This was posted on September 1st of 2023. This is even before I started doing this whole daily posting journey. But it's so powerful to simply remind yourself of where you are headed in the next 5 years and say it not with this doubt and not with this subconscious fear of like, I hope I'm here in 5 years. Because when you write down and remind yourself that you are so certain and that you have so much faith that these things will happen, your brain just somehow finds a way to find these solutions eventually. It's October 2024 now, and it's been only a year since I wrote that, but I've already achieved so much of what I wrote down. At the time, I didn't even have a business. I just wrote down my business feels aligned. You're training your mind to think and act in the identity that you want to be in the future, because true change is hard. True change, going from this inconsistent bum, watching porn every night, playing League of Legends until 2 a.m., procrastinating studies, never being consistent with any kind of grind, whether it was the gym, whether it was content, whether it was any goal that I set, and going from that to being somebody who posts every single day and actually achieves his dreams is hard. True change is not this thing that you just snap your fingers and do. I expected these goals of posting every single day, growing a following, an audience online, growing a business to come easy, as if I knew all the answers already, but you won't know the answers already. And going through the actions every single day helps you realize everything that you don't know yet in this process. No matter what I've done in the past, no matter who I was in the past, I don't care. What matters is what I'm doing right now every single day, and I will become the type of person who does show up every single day. And it sounds so dumb and it sounds so silly, but it changed my life. And it's the only way I've been able to become consistent on this road to $100,000 a month. That being said, in the spirit of consistency on this YouTube game, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.